And coming to you live from Lakeville, Connecticut at the Lime Rock Park, home of sports car racing here in the United, or at least in New England. We're going to just pretend like the 6 hours of the Glen doesn't exist. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I know it's been a long time here on the channel, but we're back for more Budweiser, All-Star Series action as we approach the end of Season 1. Let's take a look at your AccuWeather, or let's take a look at your your track facts presented by AccuWeather. 79 degrees and partly cloudy here in Lakeville, Connecticut, here in the Salisbury region of Connecticut. And it's got to be my favorite tracks, Lime Rock Park. Coincidentally, IMSA is actually headed to Lime Rock Park this weekend, this Saturday. So great timing for this race to happen, all things considered. And it's a beautiful day indeed. Let's take a look at your point standings heading into this race. Ryan Hill has pretty much locked up the championship. Finished second in the last race that happened in Nashville at the EA Origin 200. And of course, coming fresh off his third win of the season, Darren Claw, about 200 points back from Ryan Hill. Claw is just hoping to secure the second place spot. Greg Ramirez is his prime competitor here in third place. Sitting at 602 points, he did move up a couple positions because of his fifth place finishing position in Nashville. He's hoping to get better luck here as his last 5 races have been like this: 11th, a win, 19th, 20th, and now 5th. While the win in the top 5 may be great, he's clearly not in a very good position points-wise. Brian Cox, also one of those drivers that needs points heading into this race. He sits in 4th place. He's actually tied with Paul Rivera, who finished 26th in Nashville. Rivera is hoping to have a better race than what he had. He ended up just not having a great race at all. DNF'd because of an engine problem in the EA Origin 200, if you remember. Tracy Bennett is in 6th place today. He's starting on pole for today's race, so hopefully he can nab that first win. But first, he's got to do battle with these drivers first. Ryan Abt had a win at Talladega, and it all went downhill. He's not had a top 3 finish since that, or sorry, not Talladega, New Hampshire. He's not had a top 3 finish since then, but he still sits 7th in the points. Nicholas Offelman's been an unexpected driver, to say the least. He's gotten 2 top 10s in a row so far after finishing 24th and 25th, respectively, in the last couple races before then. And hopefully he'll have a better race today. Standing in 9th in the points is Sheldon Gatno, who starts, I believe, 2nd today. So let's see. He's got his first win at Chicagoland because of pit strategy and a more welcome time caution with Greg Ramirez and Sam Fitzgerald getting involved in that wreck and turn 4 coming to pit lane. But will Sheldon Gatno get his first quote-unquote legitimate win today? And finally, Miranda Nagayan got her first win and her only win at IRP earlier this season and has not done well at all since that win in Indianapolis. She's gotten most of her finishes have been outside the top 10 this year, save for that 4th place finish a couple rounds ago. And she's hoping that her luck will change today. That is your Budweiser points, and that is the end of your Budweiser pre-race show. And let's head down to the track, a beautiful sight here in Lime Rock Park. And there is no track like it. As I've said before, this is one of my favorite tracks in North America. If anyone's going to ask me, and I say this as a fan of all motorsport, whether it be Formula 1, IMSA, World Endurance Championship, and especially NASCAR. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here right now. And Lime Rock definitely is one of my favorites. There's just something about this track. It's so simple, but it always finds a way to entertain me. It's a really good racetrack. It's built for sports cars, but let's see how well stock cars can do on this racetrack. The Toyota World Series race was a little bit lackluster, save for that last lap battle. Hopefully this race will bear more meaningful fruit as the PSPRN comes to Lime Rock with the cameras for the second time. Let's take a look at your starting grid presented by Xfinity. Starting on pole is going to be Tracy Bennett. Has yet to win a race this season, but he's starting in a very good position. He's going to be starting on pole in that O'Reilly Auto Parts Chevrolet, followed by Sheldon Gatno in the Weeble Toyota Camry has announced that he will be leaving New Age Motorsports at the end of the season. So this is a bit of an audition to see where he ends up next year. Third place will be Rick Taylor, what's got to be his highest starting position of the season. He starts right next to the 19 of Paul Rivera. After that, Brian Cox has not had much in the way of luck this season. He's gotten so close to wins this year. Unfortunately, has not been able to execute when it matters most. He'll be starting in 5th place today alongside the 47 of Drew Foster. And we take a look at the other Paul Menard Chevrolet. James Garcia starts in 7th alongside the 72 of Alex McCumber. In 9th place, it's your 3-time winner, tied with Ryan Hill for the most wins on the season. In 9th place, Darren Claw starts alongside Greg Ramirez, the winner at Richmond Raceway. Nicholas Offerman, we were just talking about him. He starts alongside Ryan Apt, as Ryan Apt starts in 12th place for today's race. In 13th, Miranda Nagai, and I think that's what's been shooting her in the foot this entire season, was her qualifying position. She starts alongside Chaudhry Bhattacharya, who announced he will be leaving Wood Brothers at the end of the season, and he'll be going to a startup team next season. The paint scheme will be revealed at the end of the season, of course. And here comes the 67 of Michael Brewer. Had a horrendous crash in Nashville last time out. He will be racing in this race. Obviously, he's okay after that horrendous crash. He starts alongside 3-time race winner and points leader Ryan Hill. Daniel Van Healy had a race to talk about in Nashville. However, he's not doing so well in qualifying this time around as he starts toward the back of the pack with the rejects. As he starts alongside Colorado winner from Texas, Jordan McClure. Travis Creighton has had a pretty good run despite his equipment. He starts out toward the back alongside his teammate Hayden Benning. And if you want to talk about bad luck, Byron Martin has certainly been at the short end of the stick despite his equipment. That number 2 McDonald's Ford Fusion starting alongside Jesus Gonzalez, the number 90 Toyota Camry. And this guy has just not had very much luck either. The 79 got caught up in an accident because of the guy starting the row behind him. And the 79, after coming off of a wreck in Nashville, he's still kicking, and he's going to be starting in the 23rd position alongside Jake Wild. And number 85 for Golden Gate Racing, number 85, Carter Brown, sitting at the bottom of the standings. He starts next to the 10 of Sam Fitzgerald. And finally, rounding out your starting lineup for today's race here in Lime Rock Park, it's the number 15 Ford Fusion belonging to Wild Family Racing. It is Daniel Walker as he rounds out the field in 27th. Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's right. You gotta... See, I haven't done this for so long. And it's a great day for racing, and the drivers are ready to go. 25 laps around Lime Rock Park, and Tracy Bennett leading us to the green flag today. So a couple of keys that you need to know to win this race. Stay out of trouble on the first corner especially. During practice, there were a lot of incidents coming into turn 1 that basically derailed a couple of drivers' performance in practice. And qualifying, obviously, not that much better. Byron Martin had a bit of a scuffle coming up to the chicane, the west chicane here at Lime Rock during qualifying. This track is not very easy enough for sports cars, let alone in big, heavy stock cars, heavier than the LMP1s and the Daytona prototypes of the world that regularly come here at Lime Rock Park in the summer months. Here they are coming up that hill, and this is the hill that leads up to the west chicane. We're going to let Tracy Bennett take you on a small ride there. And this chicane we saw in the Toyota World Series race where Patrick Engdahl tried to make that move on, Jorge Gutierrez tried to make that move on, I can't quite remember who it was that won the Toyota World Series race, but it's a corner that you really want to make sure you stay out of trouble, to be certain. And as the pace car leads us down the carousel leading into the Sam Posey Straight. They come up the hill and down the hill. And we are just a couple hundred meters away from the start of this race here in the Budweiser 220 from Lime Rock Park as a pace car makes the sharp right turn into pit lane. Tracy Bennett and Sheldon Gatineau leading us to the green flag for the first time in a couple weeks for the first race of July. And after a little bit of a hiatus here on PRN, it's time. Green flag in the air here in Lime Rock Park. As they're going to get going, here comes Rick Taylor getting a push to the back of the 48. Now, this is going to be where you really want to watch as they come to turn 1. And Tracy Bennett contact with Sheldon Gatineau, and Tracy Bennett will lose the position. Sheldon Gatineau still on the outside, though. He's still there. Rick Taylor in beneath the 48. Brian Cox looks like he wants to make a move. Now they're going to try and go 3 wide. No, they won't. The 4 will let off. The 19 will let off. And Sheldon Gatineau, the lone Toyota in the top 3, he's trying to pull away here. As they come up the hill of the racetrack here. Here comes the 48 of Tracy Bennett into the hard braking zone heading into the West Chicane. And Bennett still stuck behind that 71. And that contact might have derailed that 48 car. We're just going to have to see as the race progresses. They come down the carousel here past that corner. And this could be the 48's opportunity to overtake here. No, he'll let off as they get on corner exit. And coming into turn 1 for the second time. Again, here comes Rick Taylor dive bombing down below the 48 of Tracy Bennett. And Rick Taylor has it quite clear, but here comes the 19 of Paul Rivera, who's not had a very good string of luck this past couple of rounds. And the Ohio native, Rick Taylor, on the side of Tracy Bennett. Will the 4 stick to the inside? No, he's going to break here, heading up the hill. And that's going to give way for the 19 to take the 3rd spot away. And Paul Rivera is going to move into 3rd place. The 48 of Tracy Bennett still in behind. And the 72 of Alex McCumber, Sheldon Gatineau's teammate, still battling with Brian Cox as they head up the hill past the West Chicane. And the elevation changes at this racetrack are pretty challenging for big, heavy stock cars. Oh, 3 wide almost. They were 3 wide heading through that chicane. And here comes Nicholas Uffelman making a move on the EA Sports car of Ryan Apt. And by the way, Formula 1 22 is out in stores now. You can get it on Amazon, through GameStop, or your local Walmart for that matter. So F1 22, the game that has been on Ryan Apt's car for a couple rounds, is now finally in stores. He's also bearing the NHL 22 or NHL 23 colors this year too. So if you want a broken product, buy an EA Sports game. Except for F1 22, it's actually not broken to the best of my knowledge, or at least not broken enough to notice. But Nicholas Offelman Chadhudri Bhattacharya, he's at the back bumper of the 5. Now this mid pack is where the action usually is in most of these road course races. The 21 of Bhattacharya, the Bangladesh driver who has announced he does have plans to run another season in the Budweiser All-Star Series, but has yet to find a ride. Or, well, actually, I take that back. He's actually in talks with one of the newer teams. I'm not going to say which one, though, because it's a secret. Although we will release a video with the season, I almost said 2023, with the Season 2 lineup. So that'll be interesting. Ryan Hill, this is easily one of his worst races. He's hanging back in 17th position, which oddly enough is the same number as his age, as the youngest driver in the field at 17 years old. Darren Claw, the race winner from last time in Nashville, is still trying to get to the back bumper to the 27 of James Garcia. That Paul Menard Chevrolet is not giving up any room. Tracy Bennett still at the back bumper of Sheldon Gatineau. And Gatineau might be in a little bit of trouble here as we come to 21 laps to go here in Lime Rock Park, almost through the first 5th of the race. And Tracy Bennett moving to the inside. He's going to make a move coming into the at the end of the Sam Posey straight. He's on the gas earlier than Sheldon Gatineau, but he's got to let off coming through this little carousel section. And here comes the 71. Sheldon Gatineau's still there. And Paul Rivera, remember, they gotta hold off that 19 car that's in right behind them. Paul Rivera is hungry, and he's looking for that first place spot. This will be... Oh, here comes the 19 at the back bumper, the 48. So right now he's looking like he wants second right now. But this is going to be an incredible battle for the lead here between two of the Toyotas. It's a Toyota, it's a Chevrolet, well, it's basically a Toyota sandwich right now, as it's Toyota, Chevy, Toyota in the top three. Tracy Bennett, the only member of the bow tie brigade in the top three. However, the rest of the top five are Chevrolets with Rick Taylor and Drew Foster. And here comes the inside. To the inside of Tracy Bennett comes the 19 of Paul Rivera. And I don't know, will Rivera make it stick as they come around? There's going to be another right-hander coming up here, so maybe Rivera might have the opportunity as they come up the hill. And now here's going to be their major opportunity as they come up the hill, coming into that large braking zone. Sheldon Gatineau, remember, is looking for his second win of the season. He'll be one of very few multi-time winners this season. But Tracy Bennett is also looking for his first win of the season. And he's come so close, but he's not been able to get a win quite yet. He had his opportunity in Colorado before he got taken out. So that was not a good race for him. He started 6th that day and was not able to get anything of it. Here comes Tracy Bennett on Sheldon Gatineau, not able to make a move in enough time. But Gatineau's still there. He's holding on to that first place spot. I don't know who I want to win more, Sheldon Gatineau or Tracy Bennett. But Gatineau's already got... I want Gatineau to get his first... Let's be honest, that win that he got in Chicagoland was like a Bubba Wallace win. And that's not to hate on Bubba Wallace, by the way. I love that guy. But he won under caution. That's like... It's like a rain delay win in this game, pretty much. Tracy Bennett has lost time coming out of the West Chicane, but it's his teammate Greg Ramirez always gets. I always get their two surnames confused. But Paul Rivera, here he is. He might have a chance coming downhill into the first corner. He might be able to make a move here on the Sam Posey straight. And this might be a three-way battle here. And that's that's an overtaking opportunity you would see in a Formula 1 race. They looked like they were about to take it 3 wide going into the first quarter, but Paul Rivera was like, nah, I don't think I want to do that and cause a wreck. I'm not going to risk my car just for first place in a race where I really have no realistic shot to get into the points lead. But Sheldon Gatineau, looking for his second win, as we said. Tracy Bennett looking for his first win. And there's a massive train forming in behind them. So if we see a yellow here, there might be a nice little battle forming. We got a battle in the back between Dennis Key and I think that's Jake Wild. Yep, that's Jake Wild right there in the number 3 Ford. And that 79 car is fighting like hell, trying to get past that Ford Fusion. Although they're both in Ford Fusions. And we missed the battle coming out of the West Chicane. Here comes Tracy Bennett, though. He's gearing up for an overtake on the 71, but he doesn't take it. I think the 71 went to block there. Either that, the 48 was just not confident in making the move on the inside. And here comes that 48 of Tracy Bennett. We've noticed from this track, there's not much of an opportunity to overtake once you get out of the section. Coming out of the first one, before you get up to the hill, there's not really much chance to overtake. And even when you get into the West Chicane, there's not a guarantee that you're going to be able to make your move stick. Because that chicane is actually kind of small compared to what you would see at, like Monza or Hermanos Rodriguez in Mexico. There's not really much you can really do when you get up to that West Chicane. And you'd think that'd be a prime overtaking opportunity. Now here they are coming downhill into the first section, into the first major overtaking opportunity that we've been able to see in this race. The 48's got the draft off the 71, but there's all that dirty air. The 48 moving to the inside. He's got Sheldon Gatineau coming into the first corner. Is he going to make the move? No, he won't. But Rick Taylor making a move on the inside of the 19 of Paul Rivera. Rick Taylor moving his way back into the top 3. That 4 car has been on it all day, but here comes the 19 of Paul Rivera taking third place back. It's a battle for third between Rivera and Taylor. Ohio versus California. Who's going to win this battle? Ford versus Toyota. Or sorry. Sorry. Chevy versus Toyota. I was thinking of Chevy versus Ford, or Ferrari. Ford versus Ferrari. I don't know. I was thinking of Ford versus Ferrari. That's what I was thinking of. We're not even at Willow Springs. I don't even know why I was thinking of that. Rick Taylor here with 16 laps to go. He's right there on the back bumper of the 19, and what a breathtaking day it's been for these Chevy drivers. Look at Drew Foster. This is the highest that he's consistently been able to be. He's right now fighting for, I believe this would be his first, or his second, or third top 5 of the season. He got a top 5 in Chicago, and I think he got a top 5 in Nashville. So, I don't know. He's been getting better over the course of the season. I'm actually kind of impressed with that 47 car. It's just a shame that it doesn't really look like he has a ride secured for next season yet. Sheldon Gatineau, the sole Canadian in this field. However, not the only international driver in the field. He's currently leading this race in that amazing Webull Stocks Toyota. He'll be heading to a different team next season, and I don't think he'll retain Webull as a sponsor. I'm gonna have to go back and check what I have on the silly season roster, but Ryan Hill's just not having a very good race. Neither is Daniel Van Healy had an incredible Nashville race. And Ryan Hill damn near won the Nashville race. Now he's not doing too well. He's still holding back in 17th position. He's not been able to really do much today. In Joe Gibbs' equipment, that's a bit of a surprise. But here he is. He might have a chance now moving into the first corner, but he didn't decide. He didn't know if he was going to move on the 67 or if he wanted to block Hayden Benning in the 57. So he's in the middle of he's right now in the middle of a Potter Racing sandwich. And checking on Chadhuri Bhattacharya. He has lost time to the 5 of Uffelman. But Uffelman, speaking of which, trying to make a move on Ryan Apt, the New Hampshire winner. And Miranda Nagaya, your Indianapolis winner, is still struggling. Right now, she's back in 14th position. She started inside the top 10. And now she's risking losing the top 15 spot. Oh, this might be the chance. Oh, Tracy Bennett. Sheldon Gatineau has led all 12 laps today, but ooh, Rick Taylor has lost his position to Paul Rivera. And it's a bit of a Formula One style train now. This is the beauty of road course racing. Because if you try and block someone, you are going to be slower. And that is going to cause everyone behind you, obviously, to catch. I don't need to explain this to you like you're 5. The slower you go, the more likely it is someone's going to catch up and pass you. But you see this in Formula One all the time. You know, the guy that's leading the pack there, he's trying to block the guy behind him, and that guy is trying to block the guy behind him, and so on and so forth. And it causes this train. And that's exactly what's happening. And we can see a train extending all the way back to, I think, Alex McCumber is the furthest back that train goes. So that's a 6-car train. And we got a lap car already. Sam Fitzgerald is at risk of being a lap down here. So that is going to throw a massive wrench in this race. Well, we know how these guys do not like... We know how these guys do not like passing lap cars on an oval. Let's see what they can do on a road course. I think this is the only road course of the season, if I am not incorrect. I don't think we went to the Roval. So Sheldon Gatineau is going to have a little bit of trouble here. Now he's got a 7-car, almost a 7-car train behind him. Sheldon Gatineau, his teammate Alex McCumber, all the way back in 7th. That's a 7-car train. Oh, and Darren Claw. Or sorry, no, not Darren Claw. Greg Ramirez. James Garcia and Darren Claw might make that train a little bit bigger. We got a massive push for the lead here. Sam Fitzgerald. Oh, contact. Fitzgerald gets to the 19. And I bet the 19 is madder than a wet hen over the radio. The lap car almost causes him to wreck in that first corner. And that first corner is precarious enough as it is. They don't need a lap car making it worse. But Tracy Bennett has got some clean air now. He's getting behind the 71 of Sheldon Gatineau as they head up toward the hill. 11 laps to go here in Lime Rock Park, and Tracy Bennett not going to be able to get a move done on Gatineau in the West Chicane. Now Drew Foster's got to deal with that 10 car. And he does get past him swiftly there. So it looks like Fitzgerald's not really holding anybody up in the road courses, but at Nashville he was terrible. He actually brought out a yellow after spinning Drew Foster in the EA Origin 200. 3 wide as they enter turn 1. Contact! Oh, McCumber! A little bit of contact there as McCumber got a little bit loose because of Fitzgerald. McCumber got contact from Rick Taylor, and that just set an entire chain of events. There's a massive train behind that lap car, like what we saw at Nashville. And I think the lap cars spice up these races a lot more because they look at it. He's just holding up 3 different cars, and it's not like they can drop down to the low side because they're risking it. And there goes Greg Ramirez. So see what happens. That lap car literally cost Rick Taylor because Rick Taylor went in the grass on the inside of that chicane, and it cost him a position. I don't know if he's going to be able to get that back. And it's almost like a super speedway race. They come into the carousel. We might see a wreck happen here. I hate to say that, and I don't actively wish anything upon these drivers, but this looks like there might be a wreck in turn 1. Still green for now. I'm going to be watching this pack until they get out of turn 1. Because something tells me someone's... Oh, I don't like how close they are. Chadhodri Bhattacharya on the inside. He's going to try and get past Nicholas Offelman. And look at that. He's still there. He's still in the mix. And there they are. The top 3 all accordioning on each other here. 8 laps to go, I believe. 9 to go. They're coming to 8 to go. Gatineau, Bennett, and Rivera are very close to each other. And here comes Miranda the guy, and she's going to have an opportunity to overtake Chadhodri Bhattacharya. And she might have an opportunity on Nicholas Offelman when they get on the front straightaway, but it just depends on if that's on how that dirty air affects that Toyota. Side by side between Darren Claw and Sam Fitzgerald, he knows what it's like to be wrecked by a lap car. The final lap at New Hampshire, Darren Claw was trying to win the race, and he got spun out by Drew Foster on the final lap. In fact, we actually have a TikTok up on our channel that's got 3,000 views on it now, so that's incredible. And here comes Chadhodri Bhattacharya. He's clearly lost position there. He's now battling with Jordan McClure for that position. McClure will be racing with Tift Racing next year. In fact, he's actually going to have a new sponsor for Tift Racing next year. He'll be racing, I believe... Oh, man. I forgot. I literally made his car 3 weeks ago. I completely forgot what his sponsor was, but he's going to be having a new sponsor for next season. So hopefully that team will be a little bit more competitive. Now we got more lap cars coming up, so this is going to throw a lot of wrenches into the I forgot where that expression was going, but now Sheldon Gatineau might be in a little bit of trouble as the lap cars are starting to lose a ton of time. So that's Dennis Key, Jake Wild, Carter Brown, and Daniel Walker. Daniel Walker currently in last place, unless somebody DNF'd. Nope, sorry, no, sorry. Sam Fitzgerald is the last place car, because of course he is. So these are clearly not road course ready cars. Why the hell did I go to the helicopter mode? Daniel Walker, the first one to pose a problem here, as he's currently in 26th place. Sheldon Gatineau coming to 6 laps to go. He's led every lap thus far. He's led all 19 laps. He's going to make a move on Daniel Walker here as they come to turn number 1, provided he doesn't get wrecked. No, he's going to survive the first corner. Well, this TV2 view is actually really nice. And here comes Tracy Bennett. He's under pressure by Paul Rivera. These lap cars are throwing a wrench into the system here. Paul Rivera on the inside. He's got the advantage. Sheldon Gatineau was in the grass for a little bit there as they come up the hill. And these lap cars might be exactly what Tracy Bennett needs. Bennett on the inside. He's got the speed advantage. He's got a much faster car than Sheldon Gatineau does. In terms of the equipment, the Big Sky Racing team is a lot better. Oh, Sheldon Gatineau gets in the grass, and that's going to give way for Tracy Bennett to take the lead away. He's cleared the 71, and he's the new leader of the race. New leader, Tracy Bennett. And Sheldon Gatineau's in serious risk of losing second now coming off the Sam Posey straight. Gatineau defending heavily from Paul Rivera and Brian Cox, maybe even Drew Foster, Tracy Bennett's teammate. Bennett looking for his first win of the season after finishing in the top 5, coming so close so many times. He's looking for his first win, and it could come here at Lime Rock Park. But he's got to get past these 2 lap cars, though. There's really no guarantee that they're just going to move out of the way for him. Sheldon Gatineau is looking for his second win of the season. He's going to get taken by Brian Cox here, but they're still side by side coming up the hill. And this is a part of the track where, the 33 throws a mean block on the 71. He's going to clear the 71 of Sheldon Gatineau. And Paul Rivera has lost some positions as well, but Brian Cox looking for his first top 3 since I believe... No, I don't think he's gotten a single top 3 this season. He's looking for his best finish of the season, that much I know. But he's got to get back. Oh, the 33's loose. Sheldon Gatineau gets behind him, so does Paul Rivera. Drew Foster behind that 33 car. He's still holding on to the final podium position, but let's see how long he keeps that. Tracy Bennett. Oh, I'm losing my voice. Tracy Bennett getting past Dennis Keane, the number 79. He's got 3 cars separating him and Gatineau and Cox. It's still a battle for second as they come up the hill. Will Gatineau clear him coming through the chicane? Yes, he will. He has the lead on him. The 33 gets moved out of the way by the 19. Contact. The 19 on the inside. He's going to move the 33 up the track. The 33 car still there. That is Brian Cox, that Menard Chevrolet, and he's going to lose speed coming down the carousel. Drew Foster's there trying to take trying to take 4th away from him. And when Tracy Bennett crosses the line, it'll be 3 laps to go here in Lime Rock Park, and he's got 3 seconds separating him and Sheldon Gatineau. Contact in the first corner between Carter Brown and Sheldon Gatineau. And what a finish. Oh, moves him out of the way. Carter Brown got in a little bit of contact from Gatineau. He's a little bit angry at that 85 Toyota. Paul Rivera is going to possibly lose 3rd place here to Brian Cox, unless Cox can get a good enough draft coming up the hill. And that 19 right there on the back bumper of Sheldon Gatineau, as we're going to come to about 2 laps to go. And Tracy Bennett already coming down the downhill carousel. That O'Reilly Chevrolet, less than I believe. I'm going to have to check. He's coming to the line now. Okay, Google. Why can't I ask Cortana? How long is Lime Rock Park? Okay, so it's 1.5 miles long. So he's got about maybe two and 2/5 of a mile to go. I'd say. Maybe 2/10. But Tracy Bennett, either way, he's less than 2 miles to go for his first career win. And coming down the carousel, he's still got Sheldon Gatineau being held up, and he's gaining massive time. He gained about 3 seconds on Gatineau from that last lap. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go, presented by Xfinity. Tracy Bennett has come so close, and this is like Chase Elliott's first win, I swear to God. Comes so close, yet just not able to execute when it matters most. And oddly enough, most likely going to get his first win at a road course in New England, for that matter. Chase Elliott won at a road course in New York, which is in New England. Tracy, also in a Chevrolet, may I add. Tracy Bennett going to win, potentially going to win. He's still got about a mile to go in a Chevrolet at a road course in Connecticut. So the similarities between him and Chase, and he's got a Hendrick style number. So there you go. Coming off the final corner, coming onto the Sam Posey straight for the final time. Checkers are waving. He's done it. Tracy Bennett is a winner in the Budweiser All-Star Series. And the pit crew's jumping up and down on the wall. Sheldon Gatineau finishes second. It's going to be side by side for third. And they're saying Paul Rivera finishes third. 4/100ths of a second for third place. And Drew Foster could have had another top 3, but he will be just perfectly content with a top 5, considering how his race has gone. And Tracy Bennett, for the first time, is a Budweiser All-Star Series winner. It was only a matter of time. And he has finally done it. And the emotion that he must be feeling right now. Yes, I know they're NR 2003 AI cars, but give me a break. The emotion he must be feeling right now. As he comes on the pit lane, he's going to come to pit lane a winner. And to that end, let's take a look at your finishing order presented by Xfinity, the official timing partner of the Budweiser All-Star Series. Oh, Tracy Bennett is a winner in this series. Sheldon Gatineau, the halfway bonus leader, most laps led today. And, well, not your pole sitter, so you won't get those points. But, and actually, let's take a look at your fastest lap standings to see if he got anything there. Sheldon Gatineau did not. It was actually the 72 of Alex McCumber getting the fastest lap. So there you go. Good guy. So Tracy Bennett, Sheldon Gatineau, Paul Rivera, your top 3. Drew Foster and Brian Cox all round out the top 5. Brian Cox getting his best finish since, let me check. His best finish since Nashville. He finished 7th in Nashville. So I guess that was kind of underwhelming. But other than that, Alex McCumber, your fastest lap winner, gets 6th place. Rick Taylor, Ryan Apps, James Garcia, and Greg Ramirez all round out the top 10. Darren Claude, Nicholas Uppelman, Miranda Nagayan, Chadhuri Bhattacharya, Jordan McClure, Michael Brewer, Ryan Hill, Hayden Benning, Daniel Van Heuvel, Jesus Gonzalez, Byron Martin, and Travis Creighton all managed to stay on the lead lap today, as Creighton came home in 22nd today. Dennis Key, Carter Brown, Jake Wild, Daniel Walker, and Sam Fitzgerald all finished a lap down. Nobody DNF today, despite that turn 1 incident at the beginning of the race. Everyone managed to come out of this alive, more or less. But anyway, thank you so much for watching today's race. It's been an incredible day for everybody involved in this race, and we hope you had just as much fun as I had bringing this race to you. It was a hell of a race, all things considered. But thank you so much for tuning into today's race, and we hope you have just an absolutely incredible day. And coming up tomorrow on the channel, you can hear my annoying voice again tomorrow. We'll be streaming up until Saturday. Tomorrow, it'll be the Toyota World Series makeup race from the Circuit of the Americas. You do not want to miss that one. Coming up on Saturday, or sorry, today's Thursday, right? Yeah, coming up on Saturday will be the General Tire 200 at the famous Oswego Speedway on asphalt this time. And then on Sunday, we end the Budweiser All-Star Series scheduled with the longest race of the year, the Dirty Mo Media 400 at North Wilkesboro Speedway. That'll be a 400-lap race, all in tribute to Dale Earnhardt Jr., who I credit for getting this entire thing started with the revival of North Wilkesboro. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this stream, and we'll see you tomorrow from COTA in Austin. Tracy Bennett, for the first time, is a winner in the Budweiser All-Star Series.